I wanted a way to speed up how I created social media posts for my YouTube videos. So let's take a look at my first steps. So what I wanted to do was to be able to tell an AI to create social media posts, and it would generate some for my YouTube videos. Now my YouTube videos are things like this, like help videos. So they're what we call evergreen content, which means you might watch it the day I post it, but you might watch it 5 years later and it might still be current and up to date. So what I wanted to do was just automate so I could streamline creating my posts. So I've used 3 bits of software for this so far. Okay, I'm only halfway through my process. I still haven't thought about what my next step is. So I'll do another video once I get to that stage. But the 3 software packages I'm using, other than YouTube, is I'm using Google Spreadsheets. So that's where I'm going to hold the data. My AI that I'm using is called Triplo, and it has this fantastic tool called Automation. And then I use Pabli Connect. Now for the Triplo, I bought it through AppSumo and I got a lifetime deal, and I'll put a link to that in the description. So Pabli, or Pabli Connect, I have bought a lifetime license, but there is a free version. I'm not sure if this feature, I don't think this feature comes with the free version, and it's called a webhook. So what I want to do is I want to take the link from my YouTube video, my public link, and I'm going to get Triplo to generate social media posts for me. And then I'm going to put those social media posts into Google Sheets. So let's see how I do this. So I'm going to start with Triplo. So Triplo is an AI that you actually install on your phone or your computer. And so I'm just going to bring it over here. You have a shortcut key of Control Space to bring it up, and then you have your prompt. Now I could just put a prompt in and it gives me my answer, just like most AIs. But this one has something unique called an automation. And that's why I bought this particular package for it. So you have different levels that you can buy, and I bought the one that I could use these automations so I can try and streamline my processes. So I click on the automation and it goes and it opens up. So I have 2. One doesn't really work. I was just learning it, watching the videos that Triplo put out, and I wasn't understanding quite what they were getting on about. And then today I just had a breakthrough and thought, oh, I'm going to try something else. And I did, and it worked. So I'm going to create a new automation. The function name is what it's called. So I'm going to call this one there we go. And then my description. So my description is going to be that creates social media posts from YouTube. That's it. Okay, you can see I can have a function parameters here. Yeah, and that's this is what I want. This is going to be the parameter I'm going to have. So this, in this case, I'm going to have my social media. So it's going to be, I think I'll do Facebook post. Now in the parameter description, and this is what I was getting wrong in the last one, I wasn't understanding that this is actually what you want the AI to do. Now, when I call this automation up, so it's not automated in the fact that it'll run at a specific date and time. It runs when I tell it. So once I post a video, I can then run this and tell this to run, so I can then create posts for that video that I've just either uploaded or published. So in this case, I'm going to tell it to create a Facebook post for Now, again, the first thing I did was I put the wrong thing in my first one that I did. This one, the one that I had working, I actually tried a lot of different prompts to get exactly what I want. So I've been very specific. This one I'm just putting a short prompt in, but I put quite a long prompt because I wanted it to be very specific. And so this is going to be the first item. And actually, I can also get it to do other things like request the YouTube video title. I can put in the link, I can do whatever I want. Then I'm going to get it to, so I've done Facebook, and I'm going to do a Instagram post. And again, be very specific. And you can see I can change the type of information that it will save. In all of my cases so far, I've only used strings, which is just text. I've not needed a number or Boolean. Okay, I've also not chosen the advanced. So if I start playing with the advanced part, I'll try and do another video on that. Now, if I scroll down, which you may not be able to see here because my screen's a bit small, there is a next button at the very bottom. Okay, so I'm just going to click on the next button. It takes me to the next step where it asks me for a webhook, headers, and then more information. Now, what this is this is going to take it into Pabli, and Pabli will put it into their table or database and then pop it into my spreadsheet for me. Okay, so it's more of a connector, and it helps me automate. So in order to do that, I need Pabli. So let me just bring Pabli over. So this is Pabli Connect, and you can either use the free plan or there's several paid options. There's also a lifetime options. That means you pay a larger amount once and you get access for lifetime with certain limits. So that's what I did, and I'll put links at the bottom for that. If you'd like more videos on how to use any of this software, do put that in the comments below. Okay, and so what I'm going to do is create a workflow, and you just give your workflow. So a workflow is just steps in a process. And so this workflow I'm going to do is just going to have 2 steps, and so it's a very, very basic workflow. I'm going to call it Test for YouTube Posts. You can keep them in folders, and then I create. It then comes up with the different parts. So the first step in the workflow. In this case, it's saying I need to choose my first application. Now in this case, I need a webhook. What's a webhook? A webhook is a link that Triplo can use to push data into it. Okay, so it's quite good. So webhook by Pabli, and then I click and I'm going to catch it. Now catch means that it's waiting for something called a post, put, or get. And when we go back into Triplo, you'll be able to see that there's these three. I just tell it to post it. There we go. And then it gives me my URL or my link. So I copy that. And then I'm just going to move this out the way so I can go back to there we go, Triplo. And then I paste my URL for my webhook in the URL. Okay, I'm just leaving this webhook headers blank. You can see it says request type, post, get, put, update, and delete. I'm going to use post because I just want it to push it out into there. Now this payload JSON, if you're like me, you don't really want to have to write any of this. And even though I am a little bit technical, I'm not a techie by any means. So I'm going to use the suggest payload. And if I click on it, it actually creates this JSON for me. Okay, now JSON is just a type of code, and you can see it's just created it for me. I don't even have to know anything about it. Then it says, do I want to enable the automation? And I do. And for me, that's all I want to do. Okay. And I don't know if you can see it, but I do have the save button just off the screen here. I'm just going to click on it. And it should. That's it. Save. Now I can create another one. So this is here. Now at this point, I'd like to continue in Pabli. So in Pabli, it's saying that it's waiting for a webhook response. So before I go further, I need to test this to make sure that it actually does work. And you can see, here's my test post. And I'm going to go into my YouTube channel and just pick up a there we go, a nice, oh, I don't think I've done the check boxes. So I'm going to get a shareable link here. Then I'm going to use my shortcut key to bring up Pabli again. And this one's test post from YouTube. So I'm just going to click on home. And now it's ready for me. Okay, so I've just gone through and started typing the description that I want, and then I've just put in the link of the actual YouTube video. Once I press enter, it's going to start automating, or it's going to check to see, does it have any automation? Now in this case, it does. It's called this test post from YouTube. And it's brought it up, and you can see I have my 3 items. Now, first couple times I tried this, I'm just sitting here waiting for it, and I kept checking Pabli and nothing happened. And that's because I have to either, if I don't like what's here, I have to retry. But if I like what's here, I can submit it to Pabli. So then I just click on submit, and now it's going to show me the posts. And if I bring Pabli over, you can see it's actually captured the responses. So it's taken the AI posts and now it's sitting in Pabli waiting for me to tell it what I want to do with it. Now with that, if I go to the next step, I just click on the action and you can see there's quite a lot here. So some social media is in here and you can either scroll through or you can type. So you can go and directly get it published into Facebook, etc. Now in this case, I actually don't want to do that because I want to check them, maybe tweak them a bit, add graphics, etc. So I like to put it into Sheets. There it is, Google Sheets. And it's saying choose app, Google Sheets action, and you just click and it's saying what do you want to do with the Google Sheets. So I could ask it to create a sheet, append values, add multiple rows, add one rows, copy, etc. In this case, I'd like it to add a new row. And in this case, it is just going to add one row every time I run it. Then I click on Connect, and it will ask me, do I want a new connection or an existing connection? I'm just going to do a new connection so you can see how easy. You would just type in what you want this called. So I'm just going to call it test connection for training. Then you sign in with Google. Now I've got several accounts, and they're all should be blurred out here. And you just select the account that you want to use. There we go. And it tells you it's successful. I didn't even have to click on that. It just continued through. And then I can go through and say, right, I would like it to connect to, and I'm going to go through all mine. So I can sit here and go, I think I called it, oh, let me check what I called it first. Untitled. Now this one I haven't created yet, so I'm just going to quickly create one. I've got a sheet here. I'm just going to change it from untitled spreadsheet to test posts for training. And remember, if you use Google Docs, it always saves, or it saves it by default. Okay, I'm going to now go back into Pabli, and now I should be able to, if it doesn't come up, what you do is you just, you can refresh it again, and then when I click in, there it is, right at the top. It should put your most recent at the top or close to the top. Then it asks me what sheet, and if you've renamed them, so in the one that I use to put all my social media posts, I actually have called it post list. And then it talks about if it contains more than 52 columns, use append value. Now append value is this, it's talking about this action event. Okay, now I'm going to save and send test request. Now I haven't put any headings or anything in here. You can see it doesn't like where anything is because I haven't told it where I want to put anything. So I need to put my 4 headings. Don't know about you, I can kind of forget what I connected up. So if I go back up here, I have my 3 headings. So I want YouTube video title, Instagram, and Facebook. So I go back into my sheet, and then I go YouTube title, that's it. And again, it's saving it. Then I go back to Pabli, and I go down to my second item, my Google Sheets. And yeah, I'm gonna just refresh my fields here. That's it. So I've got sheet 1, and now that I've refreshed, it's automatically saying, oh, okay, you have a title, you've got a post, you've got Facebook post, whereas when I did it before, it was like, not sure where to put anything. So you've got to do what's called mapping. So we have to tell it, where do we want to put the data? Now the column heading of YouTube title, if I click into it and then click on my webhook, I can then choose the field that I created in Triplo. Okay, then I go to the Instagram post, and again click on the webhook, and I can choose Instagram post, and then I go down to the Facebook post, and I'm just doing that again. Yeah, very simple. Now, if I save and send test request, okay, it's put all of this in here. Let's check what it's done. So it's put the title in. Let's put my posts in. And like any Google Sheets, I can highlight the whole thing. I just use the select all in the top, or I could use Control A. And then I can go down to Format and Wrapping, and I can choose to wrap. And I also like to align at the top. I'm not a align at the bottom person. So that is how I automated, so I can get my, so I can automate the process of creating posts for my YouTube videos. If you have any questions about this process, do please put those in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, do click on that thumbs up. It really does help. And if you'd like to see more of my videos, I'll have links at the top of some, but also do subscribe to the channel and then they'll get delivered to you. Take care. Thanks so much and have a great day. Bye for now.